Noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. And we're underway. Well, there is no question that Eden Hazard, on his day, is one of the world's best, Jim. So how do you interpret the role he's been given here?
Well, we all know he's at his best when he's coming in from that left side, whether it's to drag people away and isolate them or to combine with central attackers. But he also often plays as a 10, as we know, in a free role.
And is that a new dimension to his game?
No, he's been at that for years, and he's just very good wherever he plants himself.
Can he get it through? Well timed, excellent interception. And he was quick to react. And here's Mohamed Salah. Rooney. Now it's Mbappe. Hazard. It's an imaginative pass. Rooney gets flagged offside.
Well, caution is dominating proceedings. This isn't meeting expectations.
Real chance! Victoria, goal! Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will stick.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
A 1-0 lead established.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
David Villa. Costa Curta promptly onto that, and that is that.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left.
It's Salah! Sticks it away! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
And that really is so impressive.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
And it's been played through. It's loose now and they want to get it back. It's Forlan. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
Shot a goal! It's anyone's ball now. Costa Curta gets rid without sophistication. Vieira tries making a foray down the right. Cleared without hesitation. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Vitinha. He's through, now is he in? And the shot! Loose ball. It's fallen kindly here. He's goal! And the comeback is complete. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Listen, last line of defence and you don't get it right, then you're paying a visit to your net.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop? And the half-time whistle goes. Oh, what a comeback. Certainly I didn't see that coming, nor I think did many in this crowd. And we are up to the break.
Well, Peter, I'm just thinking of the best way to describe that. frantic, frenzied. It was unmissable and it was irresistible. Forget about the analysis on this one, just enjoy it.
Very little in it. The score at half-time is 2-1. We're already back up and running after half-time. Mbappe, and the finish! Oh, good-looking ball. Rummenigge, a player of legendary status. Oh, what has happened here? Face to face with the kick. Can he finish? No mistake. 2 up now, and they are cruising.
Well, Peter, they're trying to claim offside here, but this stinks of desperation to me. They know they've got it wrong.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
You can certainly sense a real change of mood here. Now the crowd are demanding that they just finish this off.
Oh, that's a key interception.
Incentive set and incentive met. Now they've got to take it on another level.
Mbappe. Good pressure, determined, intense. That's an excellent interception. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Costa Curta. Vitinha. Mbappe. Here's Forlan. And it's Salah. Rummenigge is onto this. Tries to play it through. And he's worked it through. And the shot! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And they are pulling clear here. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Just way, way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
It's starting to look like a done deal now. Aims beyond the defence. Rooney! And that is a truly outstanding save.
I just wonder what was on his mind there. Should have put his foot right through it.
Victoria with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. And it's hoisted clear. He's had a shot! And the keeper threw out a limb.
Yeah, I think that miss is going to give him nightmares for a while.
It's their second corner of the game. And now a sudden chance to counter. Azar. Costa Curta. Adams. Oh no, this does not look good. David Villa. He's having a go. Oh, taken with style. An act of charity gratefully received.
I think the defence really need to wake up here, Peter. They really shouldn't be getting caught out like that.
So, just a consolation, or... Oh, what a mistake!
There will be 5
That is
minutes
lovely.
time.
He's had it nicked away. Dixon. Casillas. 5 minutes to add. And he's decided to go for it. He has done it! Deep, deep into injury time! A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were... And that's it. They are pumped. Boy, they're pumped. A tough win earned through the power of will. And this place is bouncing. Mohamed Salah picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there.
This is a lost children.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. So it's away we go then.
There's a player below Peter that I admire on a professional and personal level, the one and only Raul.
He's just out on his own for consistency.
Indeed, and a terrific leader. Talent has to be backed up by hard work and tenacity, and he leads by example, hence the respect he commands.
Threads one in. That's a lovely, neat pass. And it's Seedorf. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. That's going to go a long way. And that's gone loose. Paz. Rummenigge. And Mateus. Now it's Mbappe. Quarter of an hour played. Forlan. Oh, super ball. He's got two. Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Mohamed Salah really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
This interception, his positioning was spot on.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Nice looking ball. And that is as far as they're going to go. Rummenigge, good driving run. No, that was never going to make it.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Now that's well seen too. And here's Raul. Well seen, saw that coming. Raul showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. It's a searching pass. Oh, they've joy this time. Paz. Passing is crisp and sharp. Rummenigge.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
That has been cut short. Mbappe! Mateus. Vitinha. That's Forlan. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Mbappe receives it in a good position here. Mateus. And it's Vitinha. And there's his chance to lead the counter. That looks a cracking ball. And it's goes for a shot! They score! With half-time at hand. Perfect timing. That really is quite fabulous. The referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Please make
If you
sure
review
to
the first
watch
half.
screen for an
Well, this is when you need
information
your players to
bulletin
step
from
up,
the
Peter. Be
regional
brave. See all that courage. They need to have a big start to the second half to give them some momentum. And they're not going to get that if they're being too risk averse.
Leading 1-0 at the break. And we're off again.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
That's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And this is Mohamed Salah. Vitinha knocks it into space. That's a shade optimistic. And he thumps it clear. Nicked it back promptly. And it's Salah. Paz. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Well read. And the danger is averted. Danger averted for now. That's a nicely weighted pass. Big chance! And he hits the net. They have done it. They have their equaliser.
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Manchester United grab the equaliser and we're all square.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Adams kept his eye on it and he's there. Tries to pass it through, chips it through, and the finish!
And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping. That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Oh, that was no routine save.
Rijkaard is offering a wry smile there.
Corner number 2 then. Seedorf goes short. And a chance! Cannavaro gets rid without sophistication. Noppert.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Vitinha. Paz. Here's Forlan. Looking for options for movement. And it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows that.
Decent chance! Vitinha. Rummenigge. Now it's Forlan. And he's picked out the run. And this is Mohamed Salah. Shot a goal! Yes, he's done it! Late in the day, this could well be it!
Yeah, and he did well not to stray offside there as well, Peter. He just seemed to instinctively know when the ball was going to be delivered, and he got it right.
Substitution in progress.
So here comes the substitution. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? That's an excellent interception. Gets good distance on it.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
Well, we expected better, and so did he. Forlan tries to play it through. He's having a shot! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Not too much more here than seeing out time and time. So that's it. It is all over. Well, that was good. A terrific advertisement for attacking football. Both sides glad to trade blows, to set out always only to win. And it came down to one decisive
And now,
moment.
to all members of the crowd,
Mohamed Salah
I'd like to
taking it. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2
Hello,
hours,
everybody,
it might
and
not
welcome
feel
to
like that.
today's match.
The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. The action has already started. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Yeah, Virgil van Dijk. He's just about unbeatable in every department, Peter. He's strong, he's quick, he's totally dominant in the air. And what's more, he seems to really love a tussle. His passing's good too, and he never seems to lose it in important...
Big chance! Decent chance! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
And the defence was completely beaten then. Exploiting that space in behind has proven very effective for them in this game. It's good stuff.
Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. Messi. Ribery. And it's Messi. Now, can they get him away? Paz. Good running, strong and purposeful. Forlan. Rummenigge. Paz. Rummenigge! They've got to be quick to recover this. Oh, he's been caught napping. And we have our very first corner. Vitinha! Oh, that was no routine save.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
He's found the way through.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
And Dijk does well to get it back. That's very disappointing, it has to be said. So we're still where we started right now. Ribery, Messi, and it's Pedri. Mateus, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. He has found the way through. Oh, good claim by the keeper. He's certainly earned his keep there. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Rummenigge, that is good alertness. Pedri, and it's Alexander-Arnold. Chooses to go cross-field.
That's a great ball cross-field.
Well, a goal here would be the ultimate pick-me-up just before the break. Mateus, Ribery. Turns back here, probably the best option. Mbappe. Good ball, good take. Real chance! And he's there to belt it away. And the first 45 minutes are up. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. Reflections on the first half?
Well, I think despite the scoreline, Peter, there's only one team in it. They might not have made the most of their chances so far, but I see no signs of frustration creeping in. And maybe a bit of fine-tuning during the break, and they should get their reward in the second half.
So we reach the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0. So we're just settling back into this second half. So neither side is yet broken through. Messi plays it short. Now who's going to be first to this? And this is Ribery. And he shoots!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Van Dijk. And if you did take an extended half-time break, you'll be relieved to hear that you have missed nothing. And it's Forlan. Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
And still, we await the first breakthrough. This ended up in no man's land. Now it's Osimhen. Now it's Pedri. Out to the right. He's picked his way through. Ah, such a clever touch. And he welcomes it in. There's the shot! Oh, the ball's run loose here.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Tries to play it through. Raul. Always onto this. Rummenigge. Rummenigge is on his own. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Forlan. Has. He's shifting through the gears here. And the shot! It's a pretty loose pass. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Osimhen, and a chance! He can get that clear.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Pass is coming off in quick succession.
There will be 1 minute added time.
A And this is Roll. Forlan receives it in a good position here. Oh, he's burst through. Tries a shot. Oh, it's fallen loose again. Oh, it's in. Finally, finally, finally. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune. Well, that's not the... And that will be the final act. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game's only goal. Raul voted man of the match, and deservedly so.
Hello, everybody, and this is a quick reminder.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So it's down to business here. Alessandro Costa-Curta doesn't have what you call a classic centre-back physique, does he?
No, but his game is never really about athleticism, power and the physical stuff. He never has to let it be.
That's interesting because he's still become considered one of the greatest defenders of his time. How's that?
Well, it's characteristics like leadership.
Chance! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Oh, what a chance. He probably had more time than he realised.
Now it's Greenwood. And it's Kukcu. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Another pass just keeps... It's Luis Suarez! Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Now it's Green. He's having a shot! And he's forced to go back. Dixon. Can he get it through? Xiao cuts out the pass. Rice. Looking for the run. Played into space. That's good vision. Shapes the... Off the post! And he's gone looking for safety and claimed it back swiftly. It's loose and there's a... Mateus! Loose ball now and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Rafinha, someone who can always claim to be the most immaculate finisher. Luis Suarez. Luis Suarez! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
And now a sudden chance to counter. He's a sharp little ball here, and he's in on goal, and the shots! Well, now it's a race for the ball. He's gone for goal! It's wide, but only just.
Well, I think the defence are breathing a big sigh of relief here. He really spanked that, and it wasn't far away at all.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Nicely intercepted. Still waiting for the first breakthrough, but not for the want of trying. He's going to be disappointed with that. Chance here to counter. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. That pass has been well intercepted. Paz. Passing is crisp and sharp. Now it's Vitinha. That's been intercepted. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
This time.
Now it's Greenwood, and it's Kukcu. And that'll be the final action of the first half. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. So we reach the halfway point.
A very entertaining half, Peter. The game's being played at a really good intensity. It's been open. It's
Oh, smashing header! He scored! And that is the goal we've all been yearning for. He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, it looks like a bit of half-time encouragement was all that was needed, because we have a very different game on our hands now, Peter.
A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
You lucky boy, you lucky boy. Giving the ball away like that is usually punished.
And the keeper beats it away. And now they can spring out of defence. And he's managed to get free. Oh, look at that, he shoots! It's in! And there's the goal they've been looking for. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
So that's two now without reply.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Nicked it back promptly. Greenwood. Rafinha. Hazard. Chance! It's fallen kindly here. It's there. Just one in it now. The game takes on a whole new complexion. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
Paz. That's really well manoeuvred. Threads one in. Oh, that's well spotted. And it's played forward. Tries to pass it through. Look, there's the shot! Rice clears.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. He's made sure that's not getting through. Rice.
A I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
I think we're just about done here. The ball's gone astray. Forlan. Does have an assist to his name. Aims beyond the defence. 4 extra minutes added on. Now it's Rafinha. And that's it. Well, that was good. A terrific advertisement for attacking football. Both sides glad to trade blows, to set out always only to win. And it came down to one decisive moment.
Hello, everybody, and
Ruben taking in the accolades, having been named. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. underway.
Fernando Torres is looking really fired up here, Peter.
Well, he's been a favourite of yours for years, hasn't he?
Well, club biases aside, I don't think I've...
Takes a shot. It's loose now and they want to get it back. Deflected behind for a corner kick.
Substitution in progress.
And we have our very first corner. And that was very necessary. Feyenoord have the chance to go the other way. And this is Mohamed Salah. Rummenigge. And this is Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah! Oh, that is really good tenacity. Corner number 2 then. Marquinhos getting this one clear. And now they can spring out of defence. And here's Mohamed Salah. And the shot! It's in! Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that. But you've got to give the scorer his dues.
Shot, surely! That has been knocked clear. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Feyenoord look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When they win it back, they're not wasting any time. They're just trying to get the runners away as quickly as possible.
And here's Torres. It's Rooney! Mateus. Now, can they get him away? Well, the two sides separated by the game's only Torres! And it's in! They are right back in business!
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Rummenigge, a man we've all come to watch. That's going to go a long way. And that's been won straight back. And it's Salah. Rummenigge looking to play him in. Big chance! It's in! And they're back in front. Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Well, at one stage, he was being body checked, Peter, and then the next minute, it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
There's the header! Sticks it away! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
He watched it all the way. Oh, he's been caught napping. Rooney! He's delivered all right. Terrific goal. What a super sharp finish.
Speed of thought, speed of action. That's another really clever finish.
Feyenoord take the lead.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up. Something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
And that'll be the final action of the first half. And we are up to the break.
Well, give me a moment to get my breath back. What a super half of football. Incident-packed, goals, comebacks, and the match being turned on its head. Which way it's going to go from here, it's anyone's guess.
And we are back on the way.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Costa Curta. It's a pretty loose pass. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, and they have every right to be.
Lovely ball. Real chance! Really well taken goal. Once more they've done it. They just will not lie down.
Yeah, and it's very much deserved in the circumstances. In these games, it's so tempting to maybe get a little sorry for yourselves, but there's none of that. Well, I don't want to be overly harsh on the defensive side of things here, Peter, but the build-up was so slick and executed with such quality, it made life...
Great chance! Dealt with nicely by the defence. And here's the chance to counter. Threads one in. And that's a simple one for the keeper. Slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Casillas clears.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. A lot of... He's having a shot! Goal! Feyenoord! And they get themselves in front! A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. But still, he just read it. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. And that's a dangerous ball.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Now it's Rooney. Fernando Torres takes a shot! And yes, it's there! And surely that clinches it. There really is no way back now. Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
But Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there. But you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
And Torres! Just cruising! They are cruising! And the lead is extended still further. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Look at the manager here. He's absolutely fuming, and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
He has simply been truly awesome. He really has stamped his authority on this.
And that is as far as it goes. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end, momentum shifting this way and that. The kind of match as... The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So that's got things underway.
Well, Peter, it's easy to heap praise on players that play further up the field, but they couldn't do what they did without the unsung heroes doing the dirty work, and Frank Rijkaard is amongst the very best in the business.
Some say the best ever.
Yeah, and I can see why. He's about as sophisticated as players come, and his role covers everything from reclaiming the ball to, well, pretty much everything else. Only a man of his calibre and cleverness can do that.
Pumas finding their passes. It's a threatening ball. Takes a shot! They've scored! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Rummenigge is alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Oh, easy pickings there. And he was quick to react. Now it's Puskás. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Passing is crisp and sharp. Great vision. That is a great pick out. Chance for a shot! Really well taken goal. A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character. Has really played that return ball to perfection.
Puskás! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Puskás really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Pumas with the corner, there first. Rijkaard! Oh, denied brilliantly.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
He's in a great position here. Good ball, good take. And he's straight offside. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. Can he get on the end of this? No, it's come to nothing. And the ball is out of play. Messi. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. It's roll! And it's come back out to him. Caught offside that time. Puskás. Rijkaard. Oh, this is a terrific run. Adams did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Real chance! It's there! Terrific goal. What a super sharp finish.
Speed of thought, speed of action. That's another really clever finish.
Pumas get themselves into the lead. And here's Mohamed Salah. They get a throw in. that. There's the whistle for half-time. That was a very watchable and entertaining half of football, and it's fair to say that both teams have played their part. Either side holding back here, it has been quite a half this.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
So we're just settling back into this second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust.
Chance! He's done very well to get to that.
Mbappe actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Latrell. He's had a shot! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
Caceres. So can they find a way to turn around this deficit? For Granit Xhaka. No, that's been intercepted. Forlan. Rummenigge. A true great in every sense of the word.
Right here.
Oh, that is asking for trouble. Hangs in a cross. Right. Oh, it rattles the bar. This time, surely. Oh, he's been caught now, and he's following up. Oh, taken with style. Once more they've done it. They just will not lie down.
I could watch this every week, Peter. Talk about strength of character. Wonderful.
And that was as close to certain as can be.
Forlan really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
Quite a thriller this one's become.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And he cuts out the supply. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they...
There's the shot! And somehow he managed to miss it.
Oh, looky, there's the urgency they need, and it nearly brought them a goal.
Number 19.
Pumas choosing to make the first change. So, time for a potential game changer.
Well, it's going to make for a frantic end, Peter. Let's hope he's got enough time to make the impact he wants. Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Mohamed Salah is being harried and hassled.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Oh, shooting chance! Oh, he's brought him down, and it is a penalty. So a big chance now from 12 yards.
Substitution for Pumas. Number 34.
So having trailed, this to go ahead.
Him is number 5, Conte.
They've turned it round. Not a twitch, not a blink.
Played a game of double bluff here, I think.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. Having turned the game on its head, now can they hold out?
Well, it's the type of
be
call
5
that can't be given if
time.
there's even the slightest doubt. It had to be spot on.
5 minutes to add. Mbappe receives it in a good position here. Lovely pass, but can he finish? Red card! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
substitution for Pumas. Number 10, Messi.
Pumas
Coming on
making
the field
consecutive changes
is
here.
number
Well, a stamina
8.
was called in. And that will be the final act. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What unity, what joy. That was so very, very good. So bring it on. Hike expectation, emotion.
Hello,
The game yet to
everybody,
kick
and
off.
welcome to
The
today's
excitement's
match.
already palpable. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. Well, we're underway. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Peter, I think it would be impossible to overlook this fella, Lamine Yamal. Obviously, he's often deployed as an inverted winger, but what stands out in his game is that he really thrives on one-on-one situations, and I always think that that brings excitement and entertainment to a game of football. And of course, his job is to supply, and it's never as easy as people think, but he's doing it quite well.
Yeah, hard to see past him. There's the shot! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And we have our very first corner. And it's hoisted clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. Good chance here! And for sure, that was not one of his best.
Well, let's just consider that one a rangefinder, Peter. It certainly wasn't troubling the goalkeeper.
Well, that is one way to stop him. Stood up well to him there. Forlan. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. It's Salah! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Mohamed Salah clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
That'll be a throw-in. Pulls out once more. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Spread it left. Driving forward. Tries to pass it through. Cannavaro cuts out the pass.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then,
A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Yamal making good progress on the right-hand side. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. And here's Raul. Oh, he refuses to take the bait. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. De Bruyne. De Bruyne! Denied by an instinctive save.
De Bruyne really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
It's their second corner of the game. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And now they can spring out of defence. It's played through for him. And this is Mohamed Salah. Now, who's going to be first to this? And it's Vitinha. He's come through and he's had a quick look inside. It's fallen! It's fallen kindly here. Oh, the ball's run loose here. Baresi clears it away.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Costa
There
Curta.
will be 1 minute added time.
And that is a little undercooked. And the whistle goes for half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. The midway point of the game.
What an end to the half, Peter. A lot of the best action of the half coming at the very end, and I get the feeling the second half may well start in similar fashion, as we'd love to see this momentum maintained. So I'm looking forward to what's to come.
An intriguing half, lacking only in goals. The score 0-0. Here's the start of the second half. So the first half brought no goals. Vitinha tries to play it through. Mateus, great chance! Caught offside that time. De Bruyne is always scanning the pitch for targets. That is a brilliant interception. Yamal. He's a sharp little ball here. De Bruyne crosses. And he's there to clear it. Corner number 3 coming up. Tries to get it clear. Up towards the hour mark and still no goals. He's tried one! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that. Sporting have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
Paz. It is still anyone's game, 0-0. And Mohamed Salah! It's in! And that is the goal we've all been yearning for. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Look at the manager here. He's absolutely fuming, and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
A 1-0 lead established.
Look, experienced voices need to be heard now, along with good purpose and urgency, and they can get right back into this.
Oh, easy pickings there. Paz. It's a pretty loose pass. Mohamed Salah. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, I'm inclined to feel that if I was in that dugout, I'd want the players to get on the front foot and grab another. Just try to make this one safe.
And here's Batistuta. Knocks it out wide. That pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. That pass isn't the best.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Now, can they get him away? And Batistuta! He's got a goal! They have stolen level at the last!
Yeah, that's really well played, Peter. It's very, very simple. The ball through to him was just beautifully measured.
All square again into the dying minutes.
It just goes to show you what...
He's going for goal! That comes as a mighty relief. Confirmation that there will be 4 minutes stoppage time. And reclaimed it in a trice. Mohamed Salah. Lovely, now then. Mohamed Salah is flagged offside. Mateus. And this is Mohamed Salah. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. So it does end all square. Inspiration, perspiration, both on show in equal measure. Just not enough on either side to find a winner. Mohamed Salah, voted man of the match. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. There's the whistle, and here we go. Forlan, undoubtedly the centre of attention today. And a huge landmark reached. It is his 500th game for the team.
Well, he's a special professional who's done a sterling job to keep himself at the top of his game for oh so long. His durability and his mental strength have been a constant, and I wish him all the luck today.
Paz. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
He's having a shot! Cannavaro clears. Beckham looking to penetrate opposition lines. Shot could be on. He's had a shot!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Beckham. He's going for goal! David Beckham! Another picture-postcard goal! About as smooth as it gets. He made it happen. Squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
Cruzeiro have taken the lead.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
And they're not going to make any further progress now. Oh, it's come loose. And that was nowhere near his best. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Mateus. And it's made its way to him. Rijkaard, who's set up one goal so far. Now he's got space here. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. And it's Forlan. Back in possession and ready to go again.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
He's a sharp little ball here. Batistuta is on his own. Oh, great keeping. Snaffled out the danger.
I just thought he showed a little too much of it to the keeper, but
there's the whistle for half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team's just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
If you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Looking tidy in possession here. Mohamed's touch for a shot! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. And he's there to belt it away. Messi. Batistuta. Pirlo. It's a searching pass. Down by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. Well, that looks a decent ball. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Mateus. Rummenigge. And it's Vitinha. He's through, now is he in? Picked up Mohamed Salah! It's there! They have brought themselves an equaliser.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
Just way, way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
This is exactly the...
He's having a go! He's gone for goal! That is decidedly lacking.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Substitution in progress.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. to look and plays it forward. Vitinha. Saliba calmly anticipates. Beckham. Probing pass. Has ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. And this is Mohamed Salah.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Well, that had the makings of something quite real chance. Hit off target and by quite a way.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
And he's had it nicked away. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
Great vision. Takes a shot! Goal! Cruzeiro! And they get themselves in front! It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Cruzeiro get themselves into the lead.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
He can run onto that. Not the most accurate pass. Looking for the run. Mateus. Has. Passing is crisp and sharp. Vitinha. Adams cuts it out. And the referee brings it to a close. Well, this was a game they could so easily have won on another day, but alas, that wasn't to be, and they go down